he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And right away, whistles and a flag down. And I believe we'll start the night with a 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you expected. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll begin here with Blunt. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 3rd down and 8 now. Working from the gun, Wentz. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Taken from just outside the 30. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jags taking over on offense here in a second. And what a season, Charles, it was for Jacksonville. Some people did like them as a dark horse coming into the year, and they really responded.
Heard recently at one of the, all-star games, college all-star games, a scout saying, well, heck, haven't they been the dark horse for the last 5 years coming into the season? And he seemed a little bit bitter, so I'm going to let him go on that one. But the point is well taken. They have been building towards this. Really good drafts, really supplemented in free agency. And, yeah, they were a dark horse, but they played awfully well. 11 wins, 2 more in the playoffs. I think right now they'd love to get Allen Robinson back at wide receiver and add another playmaking tight end.
On 1st down, Bortles. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. Lee's got it over the middle. 23 yards on the play. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Fletcher Cox breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Bortles to throw on second down. And he's going to go down again. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
This is caught by Robinson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. They'll run for it. Ivory. The normally dependable Chris Ivory comes up short. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Wentz to throw on second down. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. Now Bortles throwing on second down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now it's Ajayi, and he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. He'll run it here with Blunt. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Throwing now is Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. 23 yards on the play. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Play action. It's Wentz. Flushed out right. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Here's Blunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Ajayi. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out come the Jags. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Forced out to his left. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away, and it's 2nd down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Marcel Darius able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Graham in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. He finds Ivory here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And they give this time to the tailback. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. Dancing to his left. Uses the stiff arm. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. He finds Hearns left side. And a loose football. And the Eagles have recovered. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Wentz now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters. Okay, let's not waste any more time, or certainly any more of Larry's time. Let's play ball. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Bortles now on the option left side. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now Bortles. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Fletcher Cox bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Bortles to throw for it on 4th down. Hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz, and that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and 5. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Wentz now to throw. Aguilar has it. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Fletcher Cox in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight.
Here we go now. Easy.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Completes it to Hearns. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And Robinson with a big catch. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Allen Robinson from 21 yards away. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And this is back to a 5-point game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From midfield, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Hearns brings it in. Room to run inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Bortles now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Bortles will try again on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
Again, it's Bortles. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a 1st down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. Now Bortles, got to have this one. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll look to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Lee's got it over the middle. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Brandon Graham in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Back to throw. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
There we go now. 3, left. Z. Left.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now Wentz. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end.
I stay myself, I never change.
Still 33 for low. Ride to my dogs. Spin it back, roll. I'm on Keller, I'm on Bishop, I'm on Flat Show. I'm at Magic, I'm at Polish, let them go. And it's right back to the when I'm low. Bars never close and we wide open. Kicking flavor with me, neighbor, yeah, we local. Rap the bottom, cause the bottom where we come from. Me no pray for little paper, need a lump sum. Real spill, yeah, a recipe, yeah. Broke, real, little rich. All in love with her. She just wanna be in VIP with her. Don't blame me, oh, they just shame me. Had to get it, how I got it on my phone to me. Don't blame me, I'm what the game made me, not what the fame made me. I won't let it change me, I'm block, yeah. I won't stop, yeah. Play with me, let it, yeah. Halo on me, Saint Laurent, yeah. Got me with school, keep one, move, you my little baby boo.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we've got a good running back matchup here with a couple of guys who will not shy away from contact. It's Thomas Rawls and LeGarrette Blount.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Become a first down.
Being chased out left. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you... Davis, who finished 2nd, and Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought was going to be the guy who got hurt early in the year. but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In motion, right, Baldwin. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Timmy Jernigan breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now here's a carry heading left. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Donnell Ellerbe leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. On 2nd down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They needed 17 on third down, and that's exactly what they got. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Now Wilson on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now Wilson on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
To throw is Wilson. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Forced out to his... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Timmy Jernigan breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 20.
Picture me putting my city all over the map. They wasn't believers, I had to get even and mad. We coming up, pulling up, jumping all over your grass. So tell them I got a new girl. Tell them that I'm in the bank and I want all my 50s in cash. I'm tired of living check to check. I need 20 models, this is smiling in my grave, fresh to death. I've been Wu-Tang with a spectre deck. Getting, yeah, I gotta just get off my chest. I cannot miss it, got last on my list and you next. Take it how you want it. I ain't famous like I want it, but I think I might just skirt off. Blow the speakers and turn up. Pop up. Go to church with my shirt off. Tell the Lord that I'm here now. I've been waiting for so long. I've been patient for so long. Breaking rules like there's no laws, and I did it for a long time. If you don't like me, take a ticket. There's a long line. Nice to meet me. I think the pleasure's all mine. They've been clocking me so long, I think they lost time. Ooh, you lost. What you mean? Woo! What you mean? Woo! And now I'm just a so what you mean? Woo! Hold up, whoa, what you mean? Woo! Hold up now. Don't know what you think, compare me to.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's officially winning time in the NFL. In today's wild card matchup, victory is the only option for these two teams. It's the Texans going up against the Raiders.
All right, Larry, after an off-season of questions, football is back here in the East Bay and Oakland, California. Today we continue on at Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This one fielded at the 5. And he is knocked down from the side at the 24-yard line. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. A first down carry now for Miller. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now it's 2nd and 7. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Tahir Whitehead. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
To throw his car. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller from 6 yards away. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. He'll field this at the 5. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 14. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. They go play action here on first down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for the Texans. 44 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. The catch made by Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically their scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, here's Carr. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. Martavis Bryant. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Martavis Bryant, 77 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got it. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. From the gun, here's Watson. Underneath for Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watson on third down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
But they're certainly being aggressive here. It's like being a sprinter in a 100-meter dash, exploding out of the blocks, trying to push the ball downfield. Guaranteed this defense better be on their toes. They're going to be tested all game.
Leckler now on as he'll punt this away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. On second down, here's Watson. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Throwing again is Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Lawrence Guy able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Here's Watson now on second down. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Bruce Ellington, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans will extend their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They start the drive with Lynch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. DJ Reader coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing the second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Here's Watson, option left. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball, and I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now out comes Houston. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right at the line of scrimmage. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
That changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
Here's Watson. And he finds his man Griffin. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Now Watson to throw again. Space to run past the 20, and that's complete. It's Allington. All right, we've got some happy trigger fingers ready to see who's going to survive this wild card game as we get you back to quarter 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. First down, the run with Lynch. Lynch fighting, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On second down, Lynch. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. And he gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Carr going to throw. He sets to fire deep. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards on that one and also a Texan first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time to us, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bruce Irvin in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Watson now to throw on second down. And that's complete. It's Allington. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. From the red zone now, Watson. That is caught at the 7. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans will add on to their lead. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On play action, it's Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Whitney Merciless, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. Carr gives to Marshawn. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A spin. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Second down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's really...
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Watson operating from the gun. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 40 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Fights off the defender. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They go with Lynch right side. Past the 20. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Watson hands this to Foreman. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. fourth quarter touchdowns. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has...
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. He's picked off near his own 48. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Well, now they'll try the end around. Room here to run. Oh, shifty. Whoa. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
First play of the drive. Excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
A carry for Foreman. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. On the toss, here's Foreman. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Texans will extend their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They run again on first down. Lynch finding room inside the 40. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. The other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, That big boy's going to keep getting the football, and that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. 30, 10, 5, and put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This one fielded at the 5. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Now a give, running right is Lynch. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.
it's okay, it's okay. I heard he's mad.